my ocean. She ride into my ocean. Quite frankly, you're my ocean. My ocean.
Funniest?
Funniest memory?
No, you didn't ask that. I've got a lekker story.
Oh, I did. I think I did ask you what your favorite memories together. You can answer it again. Just to bring up
There's a funny memory here.
What is that funny memory that you'll never forget?
My guy, let me tell you this story. So, this is the funniest memory, and favorite memory as well, mixed together. So, it was Eid, okay? And I've never met her parents yet. So, long story short, how I got to meet her parents was when we started dating. I was very uncomfortable at the fact that we're together, and because now I know, okay, now we're serious now. I mean, we need to take the next step. Not that I wanted to force it, I didn't want to, but the only reason why I kind of initiated it, or to speed up the process, was because when we started dating, there was a lot of talks, a lot. Because in Cape Town, interracial couple like me and her, weird enough, is an unheard of thing, or it's not an unheard of thing, but it's unusual according to Cape Townians, from my perspective, obviously. So I was like, bruh, what's gonna happen if one day we walk into the mall and somebody notices that, hey, isn't that, you know, and then they so happen to know our parents or whatever, and then it gets to their ears, you know what I mean? Like, what's it gonna be like? Like, I wanted to soothe in the idea, firstly, that, listen, you're dating a black guy, I mean, you know what I mean, and from a different religion and all of that, like, there's talks, you know what I mean? So we need to ease your parents into this thing as best as possible, but it's not gonna help if they find out from somebody else, you know, when they saw us. You know what I mean? So I was like, we need to make a plan, because, I mean, we're quite noticeable when we walk in public that. Anyway, so we spoke about it, and she was terrified approaching her parents about the situation, because she thought she was going to be stoned to death or something, you know what I mean? But it was the opposite. So I remember we had an argument this one day. So it was Eid. It was our first Eid together as a couple. But I was on my way to work, so I had a 3 o'clock sign on. She was at home off with the family, obviously celebrating Eid. So I got dressed up in my uniform. So my guy, me in my uniform, you should have seen me. Yes. Oh, it was gorgeous, man. So yeah, man, I was like in my tie, shirt, you know, made sure my shoes were shining, my guy. And then I went to Woolies, bought like a huge bunch of flowers. And I made my way to her. So put in the address. Somehow this GPS took me to a dangerous area, apparently. I don't know if it's dangerous, but Lavender Hill. So I dipped into Lavender Hill, but obviously I don't know. I'm from Joburg. I don't know if this place is dangerous or not. I just thought it's another neighborhood or whatever. I'm pumping my sound and my windows are down. And some guys noticed, because I was standing, they were like, brother, weet jy waar is hy? I was like, no, I'm looking for retreat. They're like, retreat? Bro, you need to get out of here. I'm like, why? It's not safe here. Go down this road. You go all the way there. I'm like, oh, okay, nah, sharp. Thanks, bro. So I think also my ignorance saved me that day, because I wasn't aware where I was. So I think, you know, the Owens probably was like, oh, this guy is dangerous or whatever. But not knowing that, nah, I didn't know where I was. So I went down to a neighborhood. I got there, oh my God, my heart was sitting in my ass that afternoon. Woo! And I was like, no, this needs to be done. But I'm gonna walk in there as a friend and as a colleague. So ring the doorbell. And then she opens. I don't think I've ever seen her this shocked, ever, up until this day. I've never, she was like, oh, what the? It was a surprise. She didn't know I was coming. But I left the flowers in the car. So going to the house, first thing I did, I walked straight to her father. I didn't even know who the father was, but I was like, okay, that's the main guy there. I had like tunnel vision. I was like, I was ignoring everybody else. Walked straight up to him. The one thing that I remember till this day that stood out for me was he stood up when I was approaching him, and I reached for his hand. I was like, Assalamu alaikum, you know, and he was impressed with that. So I was like, I didn't know what to say at the time. I was like, happy Eid, or what, you know. I forgot, but you know, I was supposed to say Mubarak, you know, Salamat, everybody, or whatever, but I didn't know what to say, happy Eid, happy Eid. And then I met the mom, and the mom, I think the mom knew. So her mom was like, is this? My God, I don't know. These people, they were like, oh, is this Immanuel? I was like, you know, it's like, no, mommy. It's like, I met a brother, met a sister. Everybody was nice, and they were like, yeah, come and join us. We're eating. I was like, no. I just came to say happy Eid, and you guys must enjoy. That's literally what I came for. I'm Raeesah's friend and colleague. But I think they kind of put two and two together. I mean, come on, guy. So it was so awkward because everybody was like, you look so smart. No, sit down. I was like, no, I can't. It's like, okay, at least take a takeaway. I'm like, okay, no, fine, that'll work. So Raeesah's mom got like 2 plastic bags, and Raeesah was like, no, mommy, not the Checkers bags. You need to get the Woolworths bags. I'm like, it doesn't matter. It's a bloody plastic bag. So her mom dished up some crayfish for me and stuff. This is where it gets funny. I was like, the crayfish. So I was like, okay, no, thank you so much, guys. No, I'll see you. No, come after your flight. You know, I'm like, no, I'm finishing like at 11 p.m. tonight. No, it's fine, come. I'm like, no, man. And then I left. I was like, no, thank you so much, guys. Enjoy, whatever. So I head to the car to fetch the flowers. So I left the crayfish in the car and picked up the flowers. And I was like, to Raeesah, but I was like, no, this is not actually for you, it's for your mom. So I was just like, you know what I mean? I needed brownie points, my guy. So everybody was like, So I think that kind of sealed the deal as to who I was or what I was intending to do or whatever. So I get into my car. Oh my God, this is where it gets bad. Get into my car, go to work. So I've got my lunch with me and took it on the aircraft. So I'm working in the back alley with a colleague of mine. I'm not going to expose her. So we take off. We're in flight. We serve the passengers and everything. So it's time for us to eat now. So I was telling her the story about, I went to the Raeesah's house and this and this. So what's for lunch? Okay, it's crayfish. My guy, do you think I've ever seen crayfish in my life before? I've never seen a crayfish nor eat the damn thing. Oh my God, I was like, shit, what do we do now? How do I eat this? So myself and my colleague, we look at each other. She's also black, by the way. We look at each other, we're like, dude, so like, how do you eat this thing? I'm like, I don't know. Like, you went to Camps Bay High, bro. Like, you're supposed to know these things. Like, no, I'm still black. It doesn't matter. I don't know these things. I'm like, so we both take this damn crayfish and then we start chowing. My guy, oh man, my gum started bleeding because I didn't know how to eat the damn thing. So in the back galley in the last row, there was a white gentleman sitting there. So I was like, dude, I don't know about you, but this is going to seem embarrassing, but it's not. I'm going to ask the white guy to help us. It's like, no, you can't do that. We flight attendants, people think we. I'm like, I don't care. I'm still from the hood. I'm black. I don't know these things. What am I going to do? Act like I know. So I'm like, sir, can you just help me for a second? Whatever you do, don't laugh. So I explained to him, so crayfish, whatever, this guy starts cracking up. He's like, oh man, no, he just loves the fact that, I approached him like that, and it was, no, please, it's no offense taken or anything like that. I'm just glad that you were brave enough to come and ask me. So now he showed me how to crack the crayfish open, the meat is inside and all of that. So my guy was finished. So every single time I eat crayfish at Raeesah's mom, like that's the memory I think of. And luckily my gums don't bleed anymore when I eat the crayfish. So yeah, that's my funny moment. I can't believe I just told you that story.